Time to get back to the Everest. Really, something I have not done is done a compression test. Feels like it has pretty good compression, trying to pull it over, but just an inexpensive little compression tester. Nothing fancy. Always hold your throttle wide open to get as much air into it as you can. Oh yeah, there is a problem with that. Come on. Well, there it is. Maybe the springs just let go. I'll have to open it up and see. Woohoo! This end here is supposed to have a pretty good hook on it, and it seems to be broken off. I don't know where the other part of it is, but that should probably do nicely. I'm just going to let it cool off nice and slow. Well, you know, I don't claim to be any kind of expert on almost anything. But this is how I wind up these recoil springs. It works for me. I have a wooden workbench, so that helps. But any piece of wood will probably do. And a couple of long finishing nails. And I just drive one into my bench somewhere. Kind of like so. And then just another one, just kind of wherever, to secure this end. And then I just kind of start winding around. And hope that it doesn't, you know, I don't let go and it springs back and bites me. The turns of recoil, as you can see, the recoil is back together. Did a compression test of the magneto side cylinder results at 125. My first results on the clutch side cylinder were not as good. They were about 80, which is really low. So I put a little bit of ATF down there and redid it, and they came up to 145. Now, of course, these engines, you know, it's a two-stroke. It gets its lubricating oil from the fuel, and it hasn't had any of that in a very long time. So not surprised everything's a little dry. So I don't see any reason not to carry on. I put a little oil in the other cylinder, the magneto side, and it came up to 150. So those are both really nice compression numbers for this sled. So, you know, this was a classic ran when parked situation. So will it run again? I don't know. At least we know the engine isn't toast, and there's still hope yet. So we'll carry on. Cheers. I guess the next step in the fun with this Ski Doo is to see if we have sparks. That does not look promising. This one has two sets of points, and I didn't even think to look when I had the recoil off. They're underneath the flywheel here, and they do look pretty grungy. So I think they're going to need to be cleaned and adjusted and set up and so on before we can really carry on. In order to do that, I think the easiest way is to pull the flywheel off. So this is where we're working. There's one set of points here and one set up here. All right, so here's what we're dealing with. There's our points. You can see they're pretty nasty. I've already cleaned the upper set here. Try and get you in there. Can't see what I'm doing. There we are. And they're not perfect, but they're a whole lot better. I just took a piece of emery cloth, folded it up, and just let them sit on it, and worked it back and forth and got it kind of cleaned up. So I can't actually adjust these with the flywheel off because the eccentric that activates these is actually part of the flywheel. So that'll have to go back on, and then we adjust it just down inside here through the slots in the flywheel, which is a fairly interesting in-depth process that I'm not going to go through the whole thing because really all I want is spark. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that. It's not a lot, but there is some spark there. Hey, like that. I'll have to go through the fuel system, get some gas in it, and I think we'll have a runner. Nice. And please hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, like and share the videos, and maybe one of these days I can stay home and fix up all this kind of old junk for you guys to watch. In the meantime, I don't think this sled makes a lot of financial sense to restore. I think by the time I was done finding a hood and getting that starter working and windshield, seat cover, you know, the skis are damaged, probably could use a track, all these different things that it would need. I don't know. I don't think it would be worth it. I think I'd be into it for $2,000-$3,000, you know, decals, that kind of thing. They are really nice, sharp looking sleds, but I just don't think I could sell it for what I had into it. And I'm just not in a position to lose money on a project like that. So my thought right now is get it running, and it's much easier to sell a running sled. So if I get it running, sell it off, and get it out of here and let someone else restore it that really loved it. Once again, it's that magical mail call time, this time all the way from Fort Worth, Texas, Wood and Metal Garage. This is post dated 12th of November, and it arrived on 7th of December, so it's running a little slow. But here it is. The YouTube Automotive Channel side cabinet sticker collection grows again with Wood and Metal Garage. Check them out. Great guy, great channel. I say that all the time. Great guy, great channel. They're all great people with great channels. He does an excellent job moderating many of our live chats. So kudos to Wood and Metal Garage out of Fort Worth, Texas. Some stickers have gone out. I just mailed them out today to Big Block 402 and to BW's Garage, and I'll get some sent out to you, Wood and Metal, and some to Magnum Machine Works. I gotta send some out. I promised them a long time ago to Everything is Broken Garage. Gotta get those going too, but I'm working on it. Filming lately in the shop has been made really difficult because it's cold outside, and I'm fortunate to have a heated shop. But this furnace, I think it's repurposed from you'd see this kind of in a mobile home or whatever, but this fan just constantly squeaks and squeaks and squeaks. I don't know anything about these, but really I just want to get in there and lubricate the motor and see if I can fix it up any. So that's the goal for tonight. If I get that done, I'm a happy man. I think the first thing I need to do is get the squirrel cage out of here so I can pull the motor out of the other side. Hot too. That's hot. That bearing is toast. Look at how blue that is from the heat. This, you can't touch it, and I'm sure most of the heat is derived from that. Like, it should have cooled off by now, but that thing was just roasting. Now it's Saturday night. Can I get one of those bearings on Sunday? I don't think so. We may be without heat in the shop until Monday. Unless I can find one somewhere around here. Sure don't know where I would. Well, if the furnace behind me is kind of down for the count, I might as well work for a few minutes while it's still warm in here. I want to get this carburetor off here and just see what we're up against. I mean, I don't think if there's fuel in here, it's probably not very good. I think I just saw a sturgeon swim by. It's that prehistoric. So that's going to have to come out, obviously. Does our fuel pump even work? Who knows? Almost there. And there we have it. One Mikuni carb. Let's take it over to the workbench. I suppose we should start down here. Too many projects. I know none of you have that issue. Well, I've seen worse. The Mach 1 I worked on last winter, when I pulled this off, it was full of so much sand, it was like concrete. It was pretty nasty. But this is not as bad. We can pull the jet out at this point, but we're just going to leave it here for now. Oh, goodness. It's nothing I would call terminal, but it's not far from fantastic. That's not going to work very well. Oh, my. We have a lot of black gooiness stuck down in the bottom here. It's pretty ferocious. This pin here is best pressed out so that you don't deform the other support, I guess. There we go. If you just push on this end, then this arm just goes with it, and then it's just going to wedge itself in. Funny enough, I have spare needles and valves and that kind of thing, but they're old ones from the Mach 1, and I suspect that they're going to flow just a touch more fuel than this engine requires. Well, we're getting there. All right. Half. 1. Half. 2. A half. 2 3/4. Remember that number, please. Don't forget. 2 3/4 turns. Seems like a little much, if I'm honest. Now we just got to get the main jet out, which just needs kind of a gentle tappy. This is where we're at. Let's see if we can get a number off of this. It's a genuine Mikuni part. That says 410. Looks like 2.0. So let's see. Half, 1 3/4. 2 3/4, 1 3/4. Well, I think that's about as far as I can go tonight on the Mikuni carb. I will look up some numbers at my favorite snowmobile shop online parts catalog and Amazon maybe, and see if I can get some parts for this. Gonna need lots of fuel line, I think, and stuff, but it's not gonna run the way it is. Just gonna have to get it cleaned up, put back together, and put back on there. Figure out the fuel supply side. Looks like it might need a little bit of massaging, and then with all that, I think we'll have a runner on our hands. So it's too bad. I was hoping to do it for free, but you know, a little bit of money is okay too. All right. Thanks for watching. Good night.
When you're